at the pump, right? It helps clean up our environment, and it's great for creating jobs in America. First of all, ethanol helps with gas prices. So last summer, E15 users in some areas of this country were able to save up to $1 a gallon. And I think the average was about 16 cents. But last time I filled up, just with E10 back in Nebraska, I think I was saving about almost 50 cents a gallon on filling up my car. So it saves consumers money. Second, it reduces carbon emissions. Blended ethanol fuels reduced about 1 billion metric tons of carbon dioxide equivalent greenhouse gas emissions from 2008 to 2020. And the USDA data shows that ethanol reduces greenhouse gases by about 43%. And then third, ethanol is great for our families here in Nebraska. Our 24 plants creates about 1,400 jobs and boosts our state economy by about $4.5 billion. And that also rolls over to our farm families as well. And all the ancillary jobs are created. And in fact, one of the things I've heard from people too is, hey, I don't want to replace fuel for food, but actually the byproducts of ethanol is distillers grains, which goes to be feed livestock, cattle, pigs, chickens, which then we consume for food. So it actually doesn't take away from our food supply. And actually, we did a test on E30 that the EPA allowed at the state level. So we ran E30 in vehicles, state vehicles that were produced after 2001, and had a phenomenal success with that, and potential for even more environmental cleanup and more cost savings. Last year, the Biden administration allowed E15 to be sold year-round, and Americans benefited in the 3 ways I just outlined. If confirmed, will you commit that the EPA will provide the required waivers so that E15 will be available throughout this upcoming summer driving season?
Senator Ricketts, thank you for that question and for that overview of the benefit of ethanol. I know that my boss, Administrator Regan, agrees with you and agrees that the RFS program should really be implemented to meet its objectives. It turns out that the decision to grant the use of E15 over the course of the summer season under the Clean Air Act, that's a game time decision. That is to say, we look at the data right at the time we're making the decision before we make the decision. So I don't have the authority under the Clean Air Act to commit on March 1st to a decision that won't really come, if it comes at all, till May 15th. However, I hope you see that from the decision we made last year, we're certainly open to and really focused on what's happening in the market, what's happening with supply, and working with our own within our own team and with DOE, so that if and when we get to the point where we have to do what we did last summer, we will be in a position to do it again.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And again, for consumers and creating confusion when we have the off-again policy. So something that would be more permanent would be great as well. Also,